Welcome back to the Twisted Worlds. Feels pretty good to get back into it. And unfortunately, I haven't stopped my yawning problem. So, yeah, if you hear me yawn, I apologize. As always. In fact, I feel one coming up soon. Oh, God damn it. I hate it. Why do I always yawn? Either way, we're continuing with Talis' story. So let's dive right into it. Talis begins her journey towards the holy city. She takes the time to study the map in her hands, to make note of the city, potential locations of interest, and learning the alleys and roads. The carriage she is in makes rolling sounds. The horses neigh. The carriage driver calls out to Talis. They are fast approaching the holy city. Talis gets ready to leave the carriage when it came to a stop. As Talis steps out, she sees a massive city, white and gold. Holy warriors stand guard at the gates. Pilgrims, provisioners, and scholars all line up to enter the marvelous city. Talis will be the only black mark in the city of pure white. An assassin within the holy city of Mordissa. Damn. I hate yawning. Okay. God damn it. Ah. Talis moves to the back of the line. The best way to enter a city inconspicuously is to enter normally. Well, yeah, there's more sneaky ways you can get in, but it's like it'd be difficult to explain when you get into the city. How'd you get in, you know? Alright. Talis approaches the gate after some time. She's halted at the gate. Business still coming in. I am an escort to one of the visiting envoys. Very well. You may enter the city. Talis walks in. A vast, clean city. Holy symbols adorn every single door and every single house, building, shop, you name it. The roads itself are cobblestone. But highly polished. It is a clean, pristine city. Talis makes her way into it. Her target being a high priest or priestess will make it difficult for her to ascertain who her target is. So she's got to make her way. Into the Grand Cathedral of Gods. She makes her way through the city to find, listening to all the passersby. She discovers that many people are talking about two different factions. A radical faction is slowly emerging through the priests and priestesses. One that views its order of divinity and their god as the one true God. This must be part of them. This must be one of the people she's targeting. She makes her way over a ford. As she is close to her target, she sees that not many people are being permitted in at the moment. So, she goes She goes to a nearby tavern, a place for merchants, traders, and many others to the city go to visit. As she approaches the door, she notices a some small scratches near the door. These small scratches, to the unknowing, will think they're just normal scratches. But to people in her line of work, this is a front, a mark showing that this is a place where people of her profession are welcome and can exchange information. It's also a meeting place for people of her ilk. She enters, takes a seat. In front of the tavern keeper. The big burly orc asks her, "Welcome to the city. What can I get for you, miss?" She asks for a simple drink. One that is light and red. That's dark red. The orc scratches his head. "I don't think we got a drink like that." Talis knows that this man is not it's not of her ilk. "I mean, I'll check around if anything fits." As that happens, a tiefling woman shows up. "Urig, darling, why don't you tend to the other customers? I'll deal with it. I'll deal with this one." "You sure, ma'am?" "Of course." "Alright." The tiefling woman looks at Talis. The sultry woman is someone you'd never you'd never expect to see in a holy city. She looks at Talis. And says to her, says to her, "I drink red as blood, it goes down well." Talis responds, Talis responds, "Ever smoother still than the nectar of life." The woman looks at Talis knowingly. "Not sure if we have the drink we have out here. Why don't you join me upstairs? We can have a talk." The woman takes Talis up to her room, a private room. Many of the male onlookers look in jealousy. They do not know what will really happen. As they enter, the door is locked. They take a seat apart from each other. "So, you're known as Tyrantslayer, correct?" "That is correct." "Well then, I welcome you to the holy city of Mardessa. It is very alluring, but even the brightest lights cast a dark shadow. Permit me if I'm wrong, but a woman who looks quite like you and dresses as such would draw a lot of attention, wouldn't she?" "True. It has cause for concern at times. But I do own many of the businesses in the city. I make sure all the travelers have a place to stay. A lot of the priests don't like the look of me, but they acknowledge that I do right by the city." "I suppose so." With a quick flourish of her hand, Tiefling casts a spell that washes over Talis. Her clothes turn from black to white. "This should make it easier for you to sneak around. Black stands out more in a city of gold, of a city of white. And now your clothes match the color of priests' vestments as well, so you should be able to get into places easier." Very convenient. I thank you. Now, darling, let's talk about your target. The radical faction. There's someone among their ranks who are even more radical than the rest. One who would destroy the very city in order to show their truth. The problem is, we do not know which one. So we need to investigate who it possibly is. One of our illustrious patrons is in the city, attending the meeting. Take this small ring. This ring isn't anything special. Not like the magic ring she got from her last mission. When the jewel on the tip starts to flash, that is your signal to move in and investigate. The patron themselves are in. They're giving the signal. Yes, it's dangerous, but doing much to well, they were invited anyway. I see. Well then, what should we do? There are 7 members of the radical faction. What's the radical faction? You'll investigate all 7 rooms until you find some. Find out who the radical among the radicals is. Once you do, you'll use this gem to communicate back. It will link to both me and the patron. And it will tell me, and it will tell both of us who exactly is the extremist. How will you know which one's which? 7 colors. The colors of a rainbow. Once we have they're all corresponding to a different to many different of them. How will I know which one's which? There are 3 men and 4 women. The hot colors, red, orange, yellow, are men. The colder colors are the women. Their names all begin with the same letter as each color. Reginald, Oron, Isix, Guinevere, Beatrice, Indala, and Varys. I see. Well, dear, it's time to get going. Got your mission? Very well. And talk about good timing. The woman looks out the window. She sees that people are entering. The Cathedral of the Gods. Very well. I shall go. Good luck, dear. Talis leaves the room in the tavern. She approaches the cathedral. A guard stops her outside the door. I don't recognize you. You're new here? Yes, sir. I'm merely here to assist. Very, Alright. Good morning. As Talis walks in, the Grand Cathedral opens up. A grand structure of white stands around her. She's moving around through it. Grand corridors, grand places. Not a single person in sight. Everyone has moved toward the meeting chambers. She is quickly moving forward. She finds the rooms. Many rooms stand beside each other. Upon seeing them, Talis moves to investigate each one. She moves to the first door. The magic ring she got from her lost contract. Opens it up. Allows her to open locks. She opens the first lock. Rummaging through the room, she finds nothing of import. She moves through the second. Nothing of major import. She then moves to the third. Nothing of importance. These guys aren't really that shady. They're just radicals. Wow. Next one. She finds questionable documents in the room, but nothing that really stands too far out. She moves to the next. Another room with very little import. Just a couple of weird documents is all. Not much. Apparently this one has a small crush on someone. Talis moves to the next room. This room mentions that one of the radicalists is up to something. Looking into the occult. Trying to figure out a way. Using dark rituals. Even in the name of the holy, such an act is considered blasphemous and extreme. Talis moves to the next room. As she does, she moves forward. She looks around. There isn't much of import here. Not much can be found. Talis investigates the room further. She sees a strange book hidden behind previous books. As she looks, she reads through the book. This is the target. Reading through the book, Talis learns more of the plot. Ooh. Let's see. She sees mention the grand tree, and how she has a piece of it. A tree that stood since the beginning of time. A tree of perpetual life. The Everwood. The plot is to bring about its harbinger. Talis has found the radical. She whispers to the ring, "Violet," and it glows in a violet light. The room belonged to the High Priestess Varys. It is then she decides to vacate the room, leaving everything as she left it. As she goes to leave the door, to leave the room, she hears a guard approaching. She quietly opens the door and looks. The guard is fast approaching. She quietly shuts the door and tries to mask her presence. The guard passes the room unnoticingly. After some time passes, Talis opens the door again. The coast is clear. She quickly makes her way out of the room, through the hallways. Like a shadow, she passes unnoticingly. Quiet. She was in and out before anyone knew what was happening. As she's leaving the cathedral, as she goes to leave the cathedral, a woman stops her. "Oh, who do we have here?" A near angelic voice calls to her. A woman in priestess vestments, with long flowing blonde hair, approaches her. "I don't recognize you amongst our flock." "Sorry, ma'am. I'm new here. I was tasked with helping." "I was going out to get some supplies." woman looks at her. Well then. Supplies for the meeting, I assume, yes? Of course. Good timing, we're taking a small intermission. Although, do be careful. There are sinners everywhere, after all. The woman gives a kind smile, but the look of her eyes, she looks like she's perfectly smiling, but deep in them, a hatred. A form of disgust can be seen in her. Well, it matters little. Be sure to help us out in good time, my friend. Talis feels something wash over her. She quickly hides her thoughts, just in case. Thinking of many different supplies she can get for a meeting. Well, I shall let you go. Peace be upon you, child. The woman moves to leave. Oh. You probably don't know who I am, do you? I am the High Priestess, Varys. Pleasure to meet you, young one. Varys turns to leave. Talis looks at the woman. This is the target. She thinks about taking her down now. But many people are coming by. It is no longer quiet. She leaves. Talis moves to go back to the tavern. She goes by the alley. She deftly climbs up. Side and goes through the window. This is the room that the tiefling woman showed her to. Inside, the woman looks very clever. Make it so that it looks like you never left. She flicks her wrist. The spell around Talis comes undone, her clothes back to the previous colors. So, Varys. I should let you know, as I was leaving, she herself approached me. It was as if she tried to probe my thoughts. Hmm. Clearly, she's dangerous. Did you find any idea of what she was up to? She had documents saying something about the Everwood. The Everwood. A very old myth. An interesting one as well. A tree that's said to withstand the test of time. From the origin to begin with. I see. Well then, this is pretty peculiar. Varys is looking into the Everwood. We'll need to do some more investigation then. For now, you did good. This room has a separate room. Has a separate attachment. Plenty of room. There's a bed and some tools for you to learn. Some reading material. All you can learn. Consider it a little safe house. Use it as you see fit. Thank you very much. Talis lies, goes to the bed in the other room, shuts the door, prepares to rest. She's trying to wonder, what is the Everwood, and what relevance does it have to a radical like Varus? Weird. What kind of plan is she up to? What does this have to do with a god? Talis wonders as she drifts to sleep. As she closes her eyes, she is plagued by a nightmare. A vile man laughing. She looks upon the dead body of her mother. A dream she has every single night. And that's where we'll leave it. Thank you for watching or listening. And the roll of the dice is chaotic, but none more so than the algorithm. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. I'll see you next time on the Twisted Worlds.